But happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Alright, so today we have something Caribbean, something Jamaican, something authentic, something original but with a twist. Alright, so for the next couple of days I'll be posting quite a few. I'll be making a lot of videos and a whole heap of stuff, right? And based on our menu, I have to make a video for each. Alright? So today I'll be showing you my step-by-step process on how you can make nice jerk chicken right in the comfort of your house without even having to leave to go anywhere. Alright? This is a secret that not many people can do because they think it takes too much time, effort, and they just don't have the patience. But I have a solution today for that. And for that, I bring this recipe which only includes 2 major spices, my homemade AP rub, and homemade blended seasoning. We'll be using both of these to help season it and as to season our meats. So we're doing jerk chicken. This is going to be our major component because we don't want to hide the flavor of the meat and we want to taste the meat and all the flavors from the grill on it. We use simple ingredients. Simple is better. Alright? And as a binder to help hold everything together, I will be using oil. Most persons, they'll just leave the chicken dry, but they'll pat it dry. Some persons will just leave it wet. Depends on what you're using it for, depends on the route you take. Me, I'm gonna use a little oil, not too much, so I'm gonna slightly pat dry my meat. And this chicken will be marinating on the fridge for 3 nights. Right, we season it up today, we'll be cooking on Saturday. So stay tuned for that. If you don't know what's in my AP rub, you can go to my page and my second or third video, I'm not sure, I don't remember. I showed you guys how to make this. It's very simple and I have to be making this about at the beginning to the middle of every month because my family use this on almost anything. If they're making egg, they use it. If they're making steak, they use it. And I use it for almost everything too because it's universal. And enough talk, let's get cooking. Alright guys, so this is going to be the equipment you're gonna need, alright? You're gonna need a very deep pot. You're gonna need a meat tenderizer. This is actually one of my most favorite tools. Also very dangerous. Children do not play with things like these unless you know how to use it. And along with the meat tenderizer, we'll be using a stiff blade fillet knife and a soft flexible blade. You see how that's very bendable? Yeah. So I'll be using those and a 9-inch chef knife. I'm actually using one of my most favorite chef knife, but this is just all you're gonna need as equipment, and of course you're gonna need a couple cutting boards, nothing too big. So enough talk, let's get prepping. Alright, so here we have 5 leg quarters and 6 breast quarters. Alright, so we'll be seasoning this, but before we season, we're gonna pat dry them. We're gonna clean them up, trim up the ends. I'm gonna just speed up the video a little bit quicker so you guys don't see the whole step-by-step process. And yeah, let's go. Alright, so now that we got all our chicken pat dry, we're gonna go ahead and start trimming these up. Alright, So now knowing that we got our chicken cleaned up, we're gonna go ahead and start using our meat tenderizer to just go through the surface of the meat. What this does, it helps to break apart the muscles and the tissues in the meat itself that make it up, and it will help the seasonings penetrate deeper into the meat itself over time, right? So after I do that, I'm going to just slightly score it and then rub on our blended seasoning, put on our oil to help hold it together, and rest that on the fridge overnight, so that when the time comes, when Saturday comes for us to start the cook, we are ready for the grill. Let's go. Alright, so now we would have finished tenderizing, cleaning up, and prepping all our meat. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna go ahead and start seasoning this thing up. So what we'll be using first is a little bit of oil, because these were already pot dried, alright? So here I'm using some high temp peanut oil. What we're gonna do now, we're just gonna rub this in, get all of it all over every individual piece, every section, every cut, every crevice, every corner. You want your food to taste good. Look at that. You want your food to taste good. That's the only way people will come back and want more. So after we generously apply some oil and rub that in, we're going to go ahead and generously use some of our AP rub. Not too hard, just enough. And what this is going to do, this is just going to add just another layer of seasoning, right? This is just going to add another aspect to your jerk chicken. And if you want a nice secret that most persons don't tell you when they're using it, when they're cooking this thing, they use pimento wood. But if you don't have pimento wood, what you can do, get some pimento seed and throw it in your fire. What that does, as it burns, it releases the flavors, the aromatics, and it soaks into your meat itself, right? So with some of the ingredients in my AP rub, it also not only seasons and adds flavor, but it adds texture and elevates it way more. But if you don't have pimento wood, what you can use is the pimento seed, because pimento is what we cook with in Jamaica. That's our Caribbean thing. We cook with that all the while. So here now I'm just gonna go in with generous amount of blended seasoning. For our blended seasoning here, we just use 4 onions, 2 whole scallions, and some Scotch bonnet pepper, with some onion, garlic, about 2 heads of garlic, 3 whole onions, and 1 big piece of ginger. Alright? So now we're just gonna go ahead and rub that in. See, this not even cooked yet and it already look good. Look on that. Just gonna go ahead, rub this in, get it nice and all over that thing. You want it even underneath the skin if you can get it. And while this seasons, remember this is going on the fridge overnight, so it's gonna do its magic. And in this too, the Scotch bonnet pepper portioning we used, depending on how hot they are, I used 4 and 1 for good luck. Everybody wants luck, so that's 5 right there. And yeah, that's about it for seasoning wise. Next thing is Saturday, we're going on the grill. So just finish mix this up, and then we're gonna cover this and rest it on the fridge. Alright, so let's get this down. Oh god, you wanna smell that? Wish you could, but man, you're on the camera, man. Yeah, it's on the other side of the camera, but that's why I do this. That's why I do what I do, so that I share my recipes with you guys. You guys cook it, you can message me on Instagram at Matthew Bihari and tell me your feedback. You can try it out. Cook it for a family, cook it for friends, cook it for a special occasion. But I'm telling you, from you try this, you ain't gonna go back. Because this is a recipe I've been using for how long, and man, I fell in love with it far too many times. So now that our chicken is finished seasoning up, we're gonna go ahead and rest this on the fridge, and I'll see you guys Saturday.